It's a beautiful day to do a video. The power is off at work while they do some major construction in the arena. I don't know. I'm working from home. Sun's shining. It's all good. Let's do a show. Hello, my name is Kay, and this is my Cave of Possibilities. I have knitting stuff to the left of me, cross-stitch stuff to the right, and here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Today, I'm kind of slumming it a little bit, just didn't bother with my hair, pulled it all back, whatever. As I mentioned, they are working on a construction project in the arena. They've turned off power to my building all week this week, so we're just kind of working from home, doing whatever. Princess is very pleased with me being home all the time. That way, you know, her own personal slave needs to cater to her every single whim. Alrighty, let's get out. We'll start with most of what I've stitched on in the week. I'm going to have to pause and go get my major project for while I was out at the retreat. And we'll do a little bit of a retreat review as we go along here as well. So, digging on into my bag of everything, let's pull out the main pattern. So, as y'all know, I'll recall, I've been working on Lady of the Flag, Mirabilia Nora Corbett, for the past little while as my main cross-stitch squeeze. Turn her around. I'm going to move the little perminator. Here is where I have got to this week. What I stitched, all the lightest of the yellows were previously stitched, so I filled in all the darker colors up here, this big wonderful patch of symbol number 8 over here. My next goal will be to work on these empty spaces here and here, and I think those empty spots are mostly a lighter, you know, this one is pretty light, but there's one that's just a little bit lighter. It's a slash of some sort. I forget if it's a forward slash or back slash, but it's a slash, and it goes in there. And so that is my next goal, to get that filled in. And she is almost, there's about 20 stitches more from this point to the edge, so I'm pretty close to hitting the edge over here on this side of the thing. I'm really quite pleased with the work we've accomplished, and it's looking quite good. And I just noticed that I have a needle hanging off of the back. See? Hanging off the back that I haven't tucked in or clipped off or whatever. I must have been slightly distracted, or it might have been bedtime. I don't know. Slightly distracted when I was finishing her off and headed for bed. So let's tuck her away. Then I've been working on, hello, no, don't rub against that, you'll knock it over. That's not approved. Fun with cats. I took the Valentines Day Quaker by Primrose Cottage up to the Billings retreat as sort of my alternate project, and I filled in a heck of a lot of things. I think last time you saw it, I just had like maybe this upper stuff done, and so I've added more motifs and all of this in and all of this in. Not all of it was stitched while I was at the retreat. I did a little bit of work on it last night. I didn't quite feel like Lady of the Flag was giving her a day off, so I don't really burn out on her. The floss I am using is Dragon Fruit by the Gentle Art. It's one of the new ones from Market, which was way back in March. The fabric that I'm stitching it on is a 32 count lugana. It was dyed by the Red Thicket, and the colorway is Thistle. And I really like it, so much so that you can see over my shoulder is the Spring Quaker stitched in the exact same combo. So if you find a winner, stick to it. So I'm really enjoying that. This is Inspiration. It is by Rosewood Manor. It was published in 2007. I haven't been working on it that long, but anyway, so you can see what the goal is. I had the goal of finishing up, of course I folded it wrong sides to keep it protected. Let's fold this around the other way. I mean, I suppose I could come prepared, but where's the fun in that? Let's fold this again just so it's easier to hold manage. So, last week, most of this section was blank, kind of in this area here. And so I worked on filling that in and determining what my mom had taken a pause and worked on it for a little bit before she decided she didn't really like cross stitch as much as she thought she remembered she did. So I filled in a whole bunch of flowers, the whole yarn. I know I did these 2 flowers and the birds and some of the backstitching vines and everything else. So I did indeed finish off my page, and so the next time I get to working on it, we get to move all the way over. It's the wrong side. There we go, all the way over to this side and repeat the process. Just kind of move down to the next page and start filling that in. So that'll be wonderful. It's such a pretty stitch. It's turning out great. I'm really happy with what I'm working on. It's been so long. I know it's an even weave, probably a lugana, 28 count, and I forget if it's ivory or like ancient lace, but it's just an off-white. It's not as white, nor is it quite a yellow. So it's nice little bit of fabric, nice little bit of progress. Hello, princess. We'll pause the way. We're going to take a cat break here for a minute. So a couple weekends ago, I drove up to Billings, Montana for the Northwest Stitchers Retreat. It was held at the Hampton Inn, and I do love me a Hampton Inn, you guys. I have notes right down here so I don't forget something, because if it's not written down, it didn't happen. And also, my brain is so zigzaggy, it's likely we'll forget something. Sometimes we change subjects in the middle of a sentences, just like that. They had very, very large conference rooms, nice high ceilings. The lighting was really, really good. I didn't happen to be working on anything on a dark fabric or with teeny tiny holes, so I didn't need to use any additional lighting. There was so much space for everybody. So much space. 4 ladies to a table. Great conversation. There was a grand total of 24 ladies, so it was quite a small one. Intimate, as they would say, and I had a great time. I made some fabulous people. So I sat at the same table as Shelley and her daughter Amber, and I didn't quite get where they were from in Montana. And then I had a local right there in Billings. Lisa was our 4th friend at the table, and we had a really a lovely time. Great time conversing, great ladies. Just, it was good. It was so good. So good. Our organizer, Peggy, really went over the top with gifts and let me get the box out so I can start showing you all of the fun stuff. So we will start with, the theme was tomatoes, and Peggy made a retreat mat for everybody with this super cute tomato pincushion fabric. Anyway, fantastic retreat mat Peggy made for everybody. This was so much fun. Peggy also made a cute tomato themed mug rugs. Some folks had red tomatoes. I ended up with a green tomato, and there was a variety of fabrics for the outside of your tomato and a variety of fabrics for your red or green tomato. So these were super cute and a lot of fun. Peggy designed a pattern for a sewing tomato. Let's see if there's a picture of doesn't look like we had a picture of the finished project. That's too bad. Oh well. Anyway, absolutely darling sewing tomato, small. She gave us the fabric, this beautiful natural colored linen. There's fabric for finishing it off. In here are all the DMCs that you'll need, and a little bit of rickrack right there to help finish off your cute little tomato stitch. That's everything in that bag. And most amazing at all is they sewed together these wonderful wooden tomato pin cushions with all sorts of fun, different color, different pattern wools. And then Shelley and Amber, who sat at my table, they contributed by making all sorts of tomato pins. And then they had some extras that they passed out. And this is my little extra that I chose. And that was so much fun. I mean, just above and beyond. Absolutely amazing. I have not decided where to put my little tomato in the cave of possibilities, but there's a story that's coming up here pretty quick about the cave. Turn the page, and we'll look at all the other wonderful things that were passed out. Kelly and Cheryl, who are our good friends, they passed out a box full of candy. Most people will eat their candy by now, but I'm on that weight loss journey, try to get a hold of your weight so I'm not gaining 10 pounds a year, so I haven't got to it yet, but I mean, there's some good stuff in there. Shelley, who also, again, who was sitting at my table, they have been playing with her son's 3D printer. I've got this all mixed up. Anyway, so they have been working on 3D printing a variety of floss drops. These are really cool because you can slide your DMC or Sullivan's or whatever tag number onto here and put the full skein there and the little bits over here. And so she had some of those for us to try. I chose these ones, and I just need to be to a point where I'm starting a project so I can load these up and test them out. Lisa, who was sitting next to us, gave everybody a cherry tomato floss, right on theme, having a great time. This was Felicia. She put a card in. She has a couple different businesses and design houses, and she's just so enthusiastic about life and everything. She's also local to Billings. Anyway, she gave us a package with, this is a needle threader, what is this? Needle minder with a Montana. Candies, and your DMCs that you got in your package was completely random. So that is a wonderful treat from Felicia. Tuck that all back in. And then one of the gals walked around. She had made little sewing tomatoes for everybody as well. And I missed her name, but these are really cute little guys. Cute little tomatoes. So we had an excellent time at the tomato themed stitching retreat. I'm going to pause while I put all of this stuff back in the box, and then we'll be right back for wrap up, I guess. Still retreat stuff. I ran into Leslie, who also went to the very first Stitch Nanigans retreat back in 2019, and it just so happened that I drew her Smalls Exchange item. And I am still using some of those items, like the basket that she made with the bees and the bee hunting. Her whole thing had a bee theme. Is over here holding some of my DK balls of yarn. She made a beautiful project folder vinyl on the insides. It's just gorgeous. It's over here in my basket that has all my project envelopes. I'm not working on anything. It's not currently in use, but it is definitely a treasured item. And then she made another a fabric round orc catcher container, and so that is tucked away in that bag. It's over there. Anyway, and I use that quite frequently. So it was just sort of an It's a Small World thing, and so it was lovely to catch up with her and see her again. Peggy has a quilting and cross-stitch shop up there, and so she brought in a ton of patterns and flosses and fabrics and quilting supplies and just various accoutrements. So much fun stuff. There was DMC and Gast and Classic Colorworks, was it? Or am I getting Gast and Classic Colorworks conflated with each other? And there was also Weeks. There was stuff. There was a lot of fun stuff. There was so much stuff, it was almost impossible to see all the stuff. There was so much stuff. She had buttons for Just Another Button Company. She had, did I mention fabrics? She had fabrics. Of course you have to have fabrics. Fun stuff. All right, you. I know. You're just getting into trouble, so we're going to move you. There was a table of 4 ladies, the rowdy ladies. They were having such a good time. They all definitely knew each other. Hello Connie, who was one of them, and I'm so sorry I did not catch everybody's names. And names and me are kind of like a sieve, and so I'm really sorry. They were curious about the stand that I was using. So here it is. It is just a Kay's creation lap stand. I use it on the desk because I always stitch at the desk, and so they all came and wanted to know what I was using, and some of them tried it out and sat it on their lap, and it absolutely did what they needed it to do. So I think all 4 ladies at the table hunted one down and bought Kay's creation lap stand while they were there. And then I was trying out a new pattern holder. I have it arranged kind of weirdly here because I have it set up for my desk over here, which means that the base goes this way. The base is really meant to go that way, so you can put like your phones and your tablets and stuff in the base, just so it's easy to grab. This twists around, so you know, put your pattern here. It's really a nice sturdy thing. This is height adjustable. It twists back and forth. It rocks front and back. Here, the thing folds up. Highly portable. You can take it off of the pole. The pole unscrews from the base, so it does fold down a little flat. Probably not flat enough for air travel, but I was trying this out and I really liked it quite a bit, and there were a couple of ladies who asked me about that, so maybe a couple of them purchased a Mondo pattern reader. It's on Amazon. It's listed as a book stand, so should be fine. Should be fine. You should be should be fine. You should be able to find it if you search on Amazon for a book stand. We had a lot of fun. Yep. Okay. Also, Becky from Casper brought a huge assortment of like pin cushions, and there were thread beds, and she had vinyl front project bags and some beautiful project rolls. She bought so much stuff. It was amazing, and her work was just really quite high quality. She did have to leave a little bit early, so I was thinking, okay, I'm going to get that, and then she had to leave early and I didn't. So maybe the next time we happen to see her, I will be able to pick something up. Now the Northwest Stitchers, Peggy is sponsoring another retreat coming up here in September. It will be in Missoula, Montana, And I believe, if I've read the notes correctly, that they will be featuring Janine McGowan of the Blue Flower as the designer, and held in Missoula, held in September. If you would like more information on that, just go searching for the Northwest Stitchers group on Facebook and ask to join, and you'll be able to find all the information. I believe the retreat in Missoula is limited to about 35 people. They do like a nice, small, intimate. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, met so many nice people. There were the 2 ladies who came down from Canada over here. We had a couple of ladies from North Dakota over here. Wonderful people there. They were just, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So that's my retreat in review. Kind of patchy, kind of sketchy, kind of a little bit of this and that. I will give a review on the retreat mat that my mom made me. I put it on the table with my pockets just off the edge, and I tell you, you guys, I absolutely loved it. I love just being able to slide, you know, a scissors into one pocket, and I think I put my pins in another pocket, and then this pocket is a little extra large, so I put my Ort container just right down in there, and it was just so convenient, so perfect. I loved it. Now, since 1 is good and 20 is better, I need to convince my mom that she needs to make me 19 more, right? Well, maybe 2. Maybe 2. So, win on the retreat mat. What else have I been up to? I came home from the retreat thinking that the tomato mat really could use a tomato button on it. So I went searching high and low all over the place and found that Just Another Button Company has this pack of buttons that is meant to go with a shepherd's bush. One of the new mesh bags, they have a pattern for quilt is the name of the pattern. So here's a pack of buttons that's meant to go with that. I think I'll sew on the tomato button and then the little purple spool of thread onto that. Maybe the heart. I don't know. Sew some of that onto the tomato retreat mat just to make it a little fun and a little funky, because why not? And then as I was searching, I found a mini pin, a little tomato with a tomato, right? So I think that will go live in the wool tomato in a little bit. I came home determined to learn how to make me a couple of new grime guards, because I only have one that fits the Nourish hoops that I'm working on. So Mom and I have cut out pansy fabric for one, and then we cut out kitties and balls for another one. I'm determined to learn how to do it myself instead of just, you know, begging Mom to do it. So we have more pansies for one of the smaller hoops and more pansies. Let's see if I can get this to open up correctly. There you go. If you are hearing a soft motor hum, not too long ago I bought a automatic litter box for the cat, and I should probably just stop talking and let it do its cleaning cycle. Anyway, the cat decided to use it, and so now it's just doing the cleaning cycle, so it automatically dumps the litter, and I love this thing. The cat litter has never been cleaner in her entire life, just because it cleans after every time she uses it. She's highly suspicious of it, so she's over here watching as it does its thing, as the cat does, because cat, I think because cat is a full sentence and sums up a whole lot of weirdness. Because cat. What else was I up to? Oh, I bought this cute little pansies and grasses kit from Vervaco. Actually, it came from 123 Stitch. They had it on sale. I had originally seen it in Hirschner's. I was saving it to buy it for my birthday. It was cheaper than Hirschner's, So it came to live with me. And that's at the same time I found the other buttons and bought the buttons and bought the kit. So that's all my purchases, which is something. There's usually not a lot of purchases going on around here. I guess, oh, I mentioned that I haven't found a place to display the giant wool tomato of beauty, because I think the day after I came home from the retreat, Dad announced that he is going to be painting the entire upstairs and recarpeting the entire upstairs. And what that means is everything in the cave has to go somewhere else. Unfortunately, since I sold the condo about 2 years ago, I have not been able to move everything out of the storage unit that I've been renting for 2 years, and I've been going through stuff and trying to downsize, because it's not easy to downsize from a condo, you know, 1350 square feet to 2 bedrooms, basically. My sleeping room over there, bedroom over here. So it looks like in the next, he says we're going to start the painting and the carpeting in August, so I've got roughly a month to pack everything up, and I guess it's going to go back to the storage unit, you know. But there's all of the yarn, there's all the cross-stitch stuff, there's all of the Lego sets that are hither, thither, and yon. You know, all my stuff on the walls, all my stuff, all my stuff. It's got to go somewhere. So that's kind of the big project. I'm a little afraid that I'll be packing more than I'll be stitching or knitting or doing any of that stuff. Plus Dad's like, well, we need to be out of the house for the whole month while they recarpet and paint and do everything. So I'm trying to figure out where little cat is going to go live for a month. One of my best friends says she'll look after her, but that may not be the best solution for her cats or for my cats. So we're still trying to think about it, figure out what's going to go on there. And so that's a big weight on my mind. That's something that's going, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? So that's a little bit why there's extra chaos over there. It's just chaos in here while I start to sort through stuff and look at crochet projects, and they're like, I'm never going to finish this. I haven't worked on this in 100 years. I think I'm done with that. So there's a lot of that going on, a lot of packing up stuff. So yay! On the other hand, I am kind of excited and interested in like maybe redoing the space altogether, because everything has to come out. So it's an opportunity to really think about what's going on for what we bring back into the space. The hard part is going to be the person with hoarding tendencies letting go of stuff that we haven't used or needed or touched in years, but definitely raised by people who were like, buy it once, save it forever, you might need it eventually, never get rid of it, sort of thing. So that's kind of a conflict there, but we'll see. We'll see. I wish I had money for like an organizer or interior designer, because I kind of have ideas, but I'm terrible at the execution. And after after a little bit of time, it all ends up looking like just chaos, where every flat surface is covered in something, stuff stacked 2 or 3 layers deep. It's just, I wish I wasn't that way, but I am. I don't really like it. I haven't managed to change yet in my soon-to-be 50 years on the planet, so that's me being a little angsty about stuff. Well, now that Princess has decided to leave us alone, I guess it's time to wrap things up. I hope you guys are doing well. The sun is shining where you're at. Remember, just take one step forward and one step up. Don't have to hit the summit today. Kindness costs you nothing. Be kind when you can. Hugs and stitches, everyone. Bye. Quick addendum. I expect to be up to stitch on Saturday, June 22nd, to Stitchery Express. They have open stitching days. I think it's from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. It might open at 10 a.m. Not too sure. I usually show up around noon. I'm not an early riser. And then the next retreat that I am going to go to is Stitching Along the River. That is sponsored by Maggie's of Maine up in Emmett, Idaho. The actual retreat will be in Boise, but my understanding is that Emmett and Boise are two towns that just, bump into each other. So there's that. And that is the end of this addendum. Go back to sleep. You were napping. Yeah, you were. Yeah. Go back to sleep.